first event in today's competition is the women's uneven bars.
And here's the leader on the uneven bars, Olga Strazheva of the Soviet Union, who has a comfortable 0.15 margin going into this final performance over Yao Chen. But Yao Chen has already given us a performance of 9.80, the current leader.
And that is a comfortable lead, Bruce, but nevertheless, she's still got to complete a routine with 10 elements successfully. And this is certainly some routine, very dynamic indeed. It all happens extremely quickly, so we need to watch for these releases. A most unusual mount, she does a back handspring over the low bar, and that's blind, very difficult to catch. Oh, beautiful combinations. And there's her first release, a Ginga somersault, straight to the low bar. There's so much content in this exercise, you nearly miss it. Second release, Kachev. Plenty of strength. And a dismount, oh, a full twisting double somersault with a full twist in the second somersault. That's a world standard event. That routine could possibly win a medal at any World Championship or Olympic Games. And here we see the Ginga somersault, a backward somersault with half turn to recatch the high bar. She immediately jumped over the low bar to have that compulsory touch of the low bar and straight back onto the high bar to continue her long swinging.
Very happy with that performance. Strazheva, by the way, in the rhythmic scored 9.80, so she leads with 19.50. And Strazheva, we're about to get her score of 9.875. 9.875, so that's the best performance so far today on the uneven bars, and we'll give her the gold medal. Coming up, beam, vault, and clubs.
The next competitor on beam, competitor number 14, Olga Strazheva, representing the USSR.
One of the many stars from the Soviet Union here today. Strazheva, the gold medalist on the uneven bars, in third position on the beam. Equal second, actually, because she has 9.7. Let's see if she can match Yao Chen's 9.75.
Strazheva won the all-round competition last night. It's commencing again with a round-off back handspring, and salto. A great start to the beam routine. I think we're really in for something exciting in this routine, Peter.
That would have to be one of the most difficult combinations, Francis. In a one-arm handstand, the girls must, from the handstand into a little Healy twirl, a movement taken from men's gymnastics on the floor exercise and parallel bars, but here shown on the beam. She is certainly an exciting performer. A definite candidate for the USSR Olympic team this year. We look forward to seeing her in Seoul. Hails from the Ukraine.
She's very confident as she moves along, combining the acrobatic skills and the little dance steps, preparing for her acrobatic series. Flick-flack, layout salto, flick-flack.
That's an unusual combination, Francis.
Yes, it is. I guess she's already shown us the flick-flack salto, so she's just putting it in a different combination. Absolute confidence.
Yes, there is no hesitation in her work, and that shows the strength and confidence in the movement. And a double back somersault, one small step on landing, but a very good performance by Strazheva, the all-round individual winner from last night's competition.
Here you see that wonderful mount again. The round-off approach onto the beam and straight into the flick-flack, and then a layout salto. Great start to the beam routine. You don't see too many like that.
She's using this beam as if it was a floor exercise mat, and her dismount, round off, and she has to complete 2 somersaults now before she lands steadfast on the ground, and 1 fairly large step on landing, but that will only be a minor deduction for her.
Excellent performance, and has scored 9.9. For Strazheva, 9.9. Easily the best we've seen so far on the beam today, giving her a total of 19.60. So we check the results in beam. Strazheva of the Soviet Union, who had that wonderful 9.9 today, takes the gold. Here's Olga Strazheva of the Soviet Union, who's already won 2 gold medals today and has the opportunity to become the only athlete to win 3 gold medals this afternoon.
Now this floor will have something different. Watch this first tumbling pass. Now the Russians are noticed for the highest level of performance in all their skills, but particularly their acrobatic skills. Handspring, fly spring, double front somersault, forward roll, and she keeps on tumbling. And that's the latest trend, and immediately into another 1 3/4 somersault. That's of the highest difficulty. In fact, it's so complex, it's nearly hard to comprehend. Not only are the Russian gymnasts well versed in their acrobatic skills, their dance training is excellent. Her second tumbling pass now, whip back through to double back, no problems at all, but there's a stumble, certainly a 0.2 or 3 deduction. This young lady hasn't held anything back today. She's demonstrated her full complement of movements in her floor routine, in fact on every apparatus. And as you can see, she's a very strong lady. Using suitable music. Her last tumbling pass now. Full twisting, double back somersault, and well landed. Great routine. That colour of routine is very rarely seen in this country, and it's a pleasure to see here at this bicentennial gymnastic competition.
Well, Strazheva's been outstanding today with 9.875 on the uneven bars, 9.9 on the beam, and she'll score very well again on the floor.
And here again we see this combination of the 2 tumbling series. This was first originated by one of the Soviet team members in the World Championships, a lady known as the Little Cricket. The 2 combinations backwards and forwards were first done by Ameliachek of the Soviet Union. And there's the final tumbling pass. Great performance by this young lady who's 15 years of age and will certainly be in the Soviet team in Seoul.
And a big hit here today in Sydney.